because I was the governor of Okpebholo State, Pastor Moeno, reeling out achievements of Okpebholo State in 37 years of existence. Quite a long journey so far. And if you ask anyone, those who've been here would say that where Okpebholo is today is not where it used to be. But others would also say that we are not yet where we ought to be. We'll discuss Okpebholo, but first, let's go back to Edo State, where we'll be joined from Benin City by Honorable Olufemi Osati of the APC and comrade, I would call, Ehis Ojo of the People's Democratic Party, where we discuss this electoral result with 247,274 votes for the People's Democratic Party's Suwe Ighodalo, as well as 291,667 votes going to the APC's candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo. Akpata's own came in quite low at 22,763 votes. Honorable Olufemi Osato, welcome once again to Political Spectrum.
Okay. Good morning, my dear brother.
It seems as
good morning to the Alps. We people from Edo State are very happy. The election was peaceful. I think the first time for a very long, for cycles of elections, we didn't record any death. And I mind there was a little bit of skirmishes or maybe some areas where ballot boxes were destroyed by thugs. But I think Benin, everywhere is calm in Benin today. Benin is very calm. Everybody is doing their individual businesses, and the Edo people are very happy. They are very happy because the result of this election resulted to the poor performance of the incumbent governor, who had issues with virtually all the political stakeholders heavyweight in the state, and even to the traditional institution of our state. You know the history of our state. The Oba of Benin is like the custodian of the Benin people, of the Edo people. So most of the Edo-lites that day went around and cast their votes against the governor. That's why you see the result from local government of the governor. He lost the local government, he lost his ward. So we are happy. We are happy today in Edo State. This is very peaceful now.
Also joining us from Edo State, Benin City, is Ehis Ojo of the People's Democratic Party. Ehis, the results are here. Ehis, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you.
Ehis, I was talking to Ehis. Can you give us a reflection of what played out on Saturday and the result that we have today with regards to the Edo elections?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us to this program again to give our views to all Nigerians and the world before really transpired that day at the election, which everyone saw how that was manifested after they saw PDP winning the election naturally, because Edo decided who they want as their governor. We all we were in Benin, even in the Coalition Center. I must give it to some extent. We're not having serious issues that will say Beaver did not work. Everything went smoothly, even in my unit, where I have a unit in my watchword. PDP won all the units. In Oredo generally, PDP won Oredo generally. In Edo South, PDP won all the Edo South, which is 7 local governments. In Isha Central, PDP won 4 local governments there, which Okpebholo lost his own ward and his own local government. But won Eastern West. So we have the original result to us from the IRF. And we also have a video which we convinced the whole world that they have seen that PDP was leading already, when they were panicked, because all they were having in mind, all their strategies to win the election was the threat they put on ground for people not to actually turn up in the South, so that they can use the donut results, which they manipulated, to counter what will come out from Edo South and Edo Central. But to their greatest surprise, people came out quietly, even before the rain and after the rain, to cast their votes for the PDP candidate. So, getting to the coalition center, which is the original center we all know, where we do collate our results right from the one, not just today. They were actually coming with their talks, thinking it's business as usual, to come and disrupt the election because PDP was leading already. But they were surprised the army and police that was on ground did not allow that to happen. So they had no other option than to call and Abdul and all of them have ganged up to see how they can ring the election. Before that time, when it did not work, they have to go directly result in the INEC office. I must tell you today, with fact, that the Senate President was in Benin this Thursday, today as we speak. He came with Wiki, all of them were on ground to see what will happen. It was a shame, it would have been a shame if they did not go ahead to take that decision of writing that result to change the direction for themselves. That you come to Edo and spend 4 days. Then Edo will still tell you this is Edo with their voting system. Got a call from that camp of so-called Senate President. He called me and said, his congratulations on PDP don't win this election. The Oga don't win. They don't believe. Now they have gone downstairs to strategize how to overturn these results. He said, I cannot come out to meet you anymore. I'll give you a call later. What I'm telling you is the fact. And if Gospel Akpabi is here today standing with me, I will tell him. If anybody is there, I will tell him. They went ahead to INEC office to start collating results with Wike's cousin as the rep that he brought to Edo State.
Honorable.
He won entry results and denied all the PDP agents not to have access to that place. That was the period they had to call the governor to come outside to see what is happening in the INEC office. That he left his house to go see for himself.
Okay. Honorable, quickly, our time is far gone. But then, Ehile has just raised quite some issues. In fact, where he was even trying to explain why Godwin Obaseki. No, Godwin Obaseki now went to INEC office by 2 a.m. He was trying to explain what happened, and that led to that. But again, the key question I want to ask is, why was the collation of the result moved from the designated collation center and moved to the INEC headquarters, which quite a number of people are raised issues with?
About the electoral out. The two local governments, Oredo and Okpebholo, are within Benin City, the state capital. These are metropolitan cities, metropolitan local government within a city, and the collation can occur in these three local governments. Okpebholo, Ego, and Oredo can be collated within Benin City, the state capital. You should go and look at the electoral act. 2, getting to INEC. Getting to the collation center as Western boys. The PDP talks were everywhere. Members of POWOF. There is one kind of a, let me not use words, well, there was this group, there was these people being used by Edo State government to terrorize everybody in Edo. POWOF, led by the leader of that particular group. They were everywhere at Western boys. Before they could know, they have seen the result coming from Okpebholo. They have hijacked the result from Ward 2 as Orogbeni. If you look at the tabulation from Okpebholo yesterday, the REC cancelled it because APC was winning with a landslide at Ward 2, would have been able to cover the results they had in the other local government. Because the collation center of Ward 2 was also the local government returning center. It disrupted the collation of Ward 2 results. From there, they stopped the collation of other wards. So what the REC has to do, the returning officer of the local government and the police officer, they have to take gas everybody and took the collations to the state capital for collation. That will happen. The same thing repeated himself in Oredo. They knew because the voters turnout in Edo South was very poor because the Benin felt the threat of Obaseki. They are afraid of revocation of their landed property. They didn't come out to cast their vote because we are afraid that if they cast their vote today, Obaseki may revoke their property, their landed property. So there was a low voters turnout. How can you see a local government with about 250,000 votes having 20% turnout? You do the tabulation, not up to 50,000. You understand, so now? One thing my brother always talk: when you want to have a fair judgment, you come with equity. It is Obaseki crying. In Edo State, a local government election was conducted last year. It was like a bomb. It was like a fire. It was like a war zone. We are Edo people. We are very proud of ourselves. Obaseki destroyed the church of Aswa Igodaru. That what happened. He said the election was being manipulated. Let me ask him, my brother, one question. What is the business of a state governor? Inside the picture is everywhere. The video is everywhere. Inside the creation center.
Inside the headquarters, the headquarters of INEC.
It's like a president. It's like a president of. It's like Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2037. We've been inside the collation center.
He was saying that when the governor heard of some irregularities playing out, he decided to come himself to find out what was going on after the collation center had been moved from the designated location to the INEC headquarters.
There.
Okay.
There are talks. I'm talking about the local government I voted.
Okay. We're out of time.
The
but
local
quickly,
government is Okpebholo himself, Ejele, didn't vote. Where did he vote? I voted in Okpebholo. That is my local government.
I
voted at Okpebholo. So can he be in Edo Central? When I see his name now, can he be in Edo Central? Telling me that was on ground. What happened in the collation center? That's what I'm asking him. I can tell you the areas. That ward is Orogbeni ward. Western Boys.
Okay,
Western Boys Secondary School.
Let's bring his to speak on what you raised. Two things you've actually raised, but one of them is the poor voter turnout. Looking at the results, yes. We are seeing 200 and something thousand for both major candidates. Put all of them together, it's about 500 and something thousand for
with about
2.6 million registered voters and 2.2 million people who collected their permanent voter cards. Okay, so Ahis, what can you say in this regard, briefly, because we are out of time?
Yeah, and you know the problem we are having with so-called abundance in APC is this: they will never tell you the truth. I am from Eastern Central. I am from Eastern West. But I voted in Benin in Adesua Grammar School there. Unit 57.
That is already.
I have not moved my PVC card to my place ever since I came to Benin to work. You understand? So I decided not to move this one because of the issue we're having. When you want to move your card, before you know, you can't find your card. So with that, I have to stay put. So after this election, I will do that. I voted in Eredo. We have the result in Eredo. APC never saw the light in Eredo. Even in Okpebholo. all the results you are seeing flying today on air was manipulated, and I will tell you and I will say it again. The general figure they had in Oredo generally was 7,000 plus. That is the original result from the APC. Go and check the RX. PDP had about 40-something thousand votes. Generally, in Edo South, who have about 7 local governments, which is low, ask him as an APC member during the coalition center where we were, if actually they were happy that they were winning, they were using their talk, their kabaka and no molest and all that, coming to mess up themselves in that same area, and they were embarrassed by the military and the police. If you were winning an election, you will not be bothered. So we were there to protect the results. In my case, I won with 94 votes. APC got 10. Labour got 9.
Yeah. I think we just you stay on the line. You leave it at there. Let's also bring Patrick Edeke, journalist and PR expert and special assistant to the governor of Akwa Ibom State on electronic media. Do we have him online? Oh, we don't. Okay. Osato?
Yes, I'm with you.
Where are we going from here? Moving forward, we saw the position where the APC candidate, now governor-elect, moved with the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, to the palace of the Oba of Benin.
God bless you.
There have been rumors that the governor of Godwin Obaseki had fallen out with the Oba of Benin. Did this in any way have something to do with this result? Or was it generally a situation where people were just fed up with all the candidates that were available and decided to stay at home? Because again, going back to it, we have 2.6 million registered voters, 2.2 million people collected their PVCs, but less than half of those people came out to vote for any of the candidates.
God bless you, my brother. To be very honest, you know the economic situations in this country at this particular moment. We understand things is not going well. If you look at the collation center yesterday from Oriovon and some other areas, state roads are not motorable. Even ANEC could access voting points due to bad roads. Due to bad roads, they could not locate it. The Edo citizens are already fed up about political system in Edo State. So most persons decide to be at home. But some people, there was 3 factors that defend these elections. One, the poor performance of Obaseki, the issues he has with the palace, with the artifacts, trying to sponsor laws to take the powership of traditional institution of Edo. So there were many factors for us, the Bini people. He's from this land. I'm a Bini man. A Bini man. And our values as a Bini man reside on the constitution of the Oba. So most of us came out to vote on Saturday that Obaseki was doing to the palace is unbearable to the Bini man. So that was major factors. Then that day, the weather was not favorable, but it rains. Because when it rains in Bini, it's like it's like hurricane, like tsunami. So because of the rain, people cannot drive out. Roads, there's flood everywhere. So those was part of the issues that bring the low voters turnout. Then he talks about Tony Kabaka and Momules. My brother, we know systems of Nigeria. You know, inside within our family, we may have pocket of disgruntled people that has this kind of characters. You understand? Like Judas. It exists in their party. You know? They said those who come with equity must come with clean hands. If we must tell ourselves, before pointing one fingers at you, I should point 5 against myself. the remaining 4 against myself.
But who are the equivalents of Tony Kabaka in the PDP camp? Can you name any?
Mutari Osagi, Odion Olaye, what do they call this guy? Austin Vibot. So many, on countless. If you come to Benin, there is one organization formed by Obaseki. They are malicious organization. Paul Wolf, ESN, Edo Security Network, that was disbanded by the IG. These are malicious organizations now. When this guy talk.
Well, some are saying that the IG may not have even had the legal backing to even disband a security network that the
my brother, let me answer you. To protect this country, the power rests on the president of this country. The IGP will derive the power from the president. Unless you want to live in a lawless country, that is why some persons like me are afraid of state policing. Even APC governor can still do so. To be honest, they can use it against their oppositions. We are living in a society that values has gone. My brother will be talking about, he should tell us, what did they do in Edo State local government election? 18 over 18, 18 over 192. I was in my feet that day. You know what? That Labour would have won. He is talking. 2002, we revolted in University of Benin. We revolted against the VC. Me, I'm a person of student journalism. So when we want to say, we say it the way it is. I cannot be APC man and condemn APC. I can tell you that the policy of APC, some are good, some are bad. So if we want to defend our party, let's bring honesty to it. If we want to move this country forward, let us talk the advantage and disadvantage of issues.
Let me bring Hijele to take the closing word. We've seen this situation where things are generally difficult across the country, and people are pointing fingers at the APC's policies. We've just heard Honorable Osato mention that, concord that things are good and some things are bad. I'm really surprised again why it wasn't. It should have been an easy coasting to victory for the People's Democratic Party, seeing that the Edo people have this unique opportunity to take a look at what the country at large had chosen for president in the electoral process a year prior. And so they had about 1 year or thereabout to put together their own act to elect somebody. And for me, I'm quite surprised that the People's Democratic Party did not fall or win or use the weakness of the APC at the national level to win. Again, we've seen people deciding that they refuse to vote for either candidate, choosing to stay at home. Why was it like that? And finally, what is in the offing for the People's Democratic Party moving forward after this result?
Thank you, my brother. In this regard, we are not fighting. It's my brother also is from Edo. We want the betterment of Edo. The issue we are having on ground today, the Edo-lites came out peacefully to vote. I know it was a very low turnout because of the threat with police and how they have been arresting PDP members before the election and all that. But people also observed that very day before the rain started or after the rain, the turnout, because they know who they are voting for. They are not voting for Obaseki. Obaseki is not in the ballot. I saw Ighodalo on himself came out to tell the people what he's going to do for those people. They saw him as a genuine person that they will vote for. But the little that came out to cast their votes counted in the IRS, have their results at hand. So if APC is telling the whole world today that they won the election, people will be laughing at them. Oba of Benin, office or power did not really affect Aso Ighodalo's election this period with the low turnout. People still came out with the way they feel they have to vote for this man and cast their votes. And they won the election. If the election was being won by APC genuinely, I believe by now Benin will be jubilating. You'll be seeing parties everywhere. Check out yesterday what happened after they finally announced the results. People tried seeing fake results right from that Saturday night. That what you have at hand is not what you are saying. What you have at IRF is not what you are saying. Because they have been saying it. That they know, yes, naturally, I swear we win. But they are going to rig the election. That was the reason you saw all APC leaders from the national level, state level, that you know, even those who decamp to back to APC that I told you before, that they are not relevant. And they were not relevant in this election. They only have one vote. All put together with all of those numbers, PDP still won the 7 local governments in Edo South. 1-4 from Esa Central. Is that not level already? They went and started writing results. I can tell you, and I will mention names, nothing will happen. When they started writing results, was when Obaseki came out, it was called. You cannot imagine the person of Senate President being in Benin for 4 days because of the election. All the strategy they had before failed. They want a day before election. Ask my brother, the APC member, what was happening in Oredo when they were going to move away materials from INEC office to go and be some preaching. They were caught by army, the military men. Don't you have the video everywhere?
EJ, I'm afraid that is how far we can go before they chase us out of the studio. But we are still monitoring this situation. Sometime within the week, I'm sure we're going to have to come back and talk about the development as they play out. But I'd like to really thank you, Hijele Ojo of the People's Democratic Party, all the way from Benin City, Edo State, as well as Honorable Olufemi Osato of the APC, for your thoughts and your contributions in this conversation this morning. Well, the Edo people have made their say. Perhaps we have a new governor-elect, but the People's Democratic Party are crying foul already. Let's see where this leads to, whether we will have litigations as we normally have in Nigeria. But then, we'll continue to bring these updates and other stories with regards to the 37th anniversary of the Akwa Ibom State. But from me, it's goodbye.